So I'm pretty sure that this is what was the start of kind of a transition in my life, and kind of what saved my sanity is when I found Alanon. So I'm reading from my journal, and this is my journal entry from 7/23/06. Yesterday I found a sponsor in Alanon. She actually called me and asked if she could be my sponsor because I am too afraid to ask for help. Her name is Chia. My first assignment is to make a list of things that make life unmanageable, and this is what I wrote. Number 1, I cannot control the fact that my ex-husband is on drugs and that the girls will not be able to see him or have a relationship with him as long as he continues to use. Number 2, I am strapped for money and I do not receive child support from him. He hasn't worked for 4 years because of the addiction, and I have to say no to the kids a lot. 3, my time is spread thin, especially when I am working and in school. This is when I wish there was 2 of me so that I could be there for my girls. Strong resentment that I am a single parent, full-time, all the time, 24/7. I cannot tell the future. Number 4, I cannot tell the future for my kids. Chelsea, my 10-year-old, talks about suicide already, and Tyler says that she will call the cops on her dad if he shows up. I feel torn. One child would love to see her dad, the other does not. Number 5, when I feel out of control with my ex-husband, I have moved to bulimia. So this was my eating disorder that I developed basically when I felt like I didn't have any control over my life. This was the one control that I felt like I did have, even though it's an illusion, and I have different coping skills now. This was the only coping skill that I had at that time. Number 6, I have so much responsibility. Sometimes I would just like some time to myself. I get overwhelmed and I feel like I am on the go all of the time. Number 7, my ex-husband lies to me. He manipulates and controls. Number 8, I am still holding on to a dream that will never be, and I need to move on, but moving on has been the hardest thing I have ever had to do in my entire life. I don't know why. So, number 9, I searched through my ex-husband's stuff to trying to find pieces of his life that he doesn't share with me. That was keeping me in my sickness. Probably the worst thing is it was just like a bunch of lies, and so I just try and find anything I could and go through his stuff, just try and figure things out, because he never did tell me the truth on stuff. Number 10, that I sneaked to spend time with him, because the bottom line, that was one of the things that I implemented, that I wasn't going to see him, but I did, apparently. Bad. I shouldn't have done that, but that's where I was all those many years ago. So she wanted me to write down, what does irrational obsession mean? It means that I am powerless over methamphetamine and my obsession with Jeff, and my life is unmanageable. What I needed to do, so like she would go over this stuff with me, and so I just wrote a few things in my journal. Let go and let God. So that was a big one, like letting go of trying to control or figure out the outcome, or just if I loved him enough that things would change. Then she went over the 3 C's, which I didn't cause it, I can't cure it, and I can't control it. My well-meaning effort has been a part of the problem. So all the times I tried to help, I tried to do things for him, I tried to, if I only loved him enough, what I thought that he would change, and he didn't. I was actually becoming a part of the problem and not helping him by not settling on my bottom line. let's see, letting go of the illusion of control over people and their actions and addictions. So I think I thought I had a little bit of control, but really it was an actual illusion. I never had any control over any of this. When we try to control others, we lose the ability to manage our own lives. Step one is a true beginning of my path to recovery. I accept that I cannot control another person's drug use and behavior. Wow, that was big. A big awareness. I mean, I never knew that I could let go of the control. And I just remember, like, when I went over all of this with her, I felt a sense of relief of letting go. I recognize that the meth addict is an individual with habits and ways different than mine because we have had different life experiences. I accept that meth use is a disease, and this changes the way I deal with a meth addict because I know it is something that they cannot control themselves. I have tried to change others to be more like me, and the consequences were disappointment, taking away a person's individuality. So, yeah, that's big just in itself. That I tried to change others to be more like me, like not using, and the consequences, like I always was disappointed. And that is who that individual is. I mean, they're going through their own life journey, and maybe there's a reason why they're supposed to be going through it. That means that I used to get what I want and need, and have been playing the victim and pointing out other people's faults so I look better. What might work better to get my needs met was the question. Ask for help if I need it. Know that I am capable of making good, sound decisions and stick with my intuition and gut feeling. I feel angry So I feel angry when my ex-husband refuses to be and do what I want. I respond by making him feel even worse about himself. What would happen if I tried? If I tried to stop changing Duff or anyone else, I would feel a sense of freedom of letting go of that responsibility I have taken on and didn't need to. So these were good questions and profound answers. It seems so simple, but I didn't know it until I had somebody helping me and walking through the steps with me. Letting go of others' problems instead of trying to solve them. I don't know the best answer for anyone else, only they do. Put the answer back on them and let them try to figure it out. There is no quick fix. I came to Alanon because I wanted to change somebody else. I wanted answers on how to do this. My expectations have changed because I have learned that I cannot change another person. I can only change myself. Man, that is huge. If I could give any kind of advice to anyone who is going through this same issue of dealing with somebody who is an alcoholic or addict in any way, it is, I cannot change another person. I can only change myself, and that is where I started to get my own sanity back. I felt like I was going crazy for the longest time, and it was letting go of control. Not that I'm a controlling person, but I just felt like that loss of control, and I wanted to save the relationship, and I couldn't. My children, my family, my counselor, co-workers, and my ex-husband's family all have expressed concern about my behavior. So I just was in this trap of, codependency, being a victim, trying to help when it wasn't helping, but I didn't know it. My work is about my own behavior and obsession. So that is what I realized I needed to work on. And I need to write out my own crazy behaviors. If my higher power could take this away, what would it be? So I didn't finish that question, but I probably should have. So anyways, this was just, I was so thankful to Alanon and being able to have a support group and being able to work the steps that I finally have just a little peace, and just a little bit of sanity in this place where I felt like I was going crazy and insane, and yeah, it took away, like, I just constantly was thinking about how am I going to make this work? How am I going to change this? And letting go of that and working on my own self freed me from that poison and that negative energy that was consuming me. And me, with my eating disorder, like once I let go of that, then my eating disorder eased up as well. So if anyone is struggling out there with living with somebody who, or has a friend or family member that is an addict or alcoholic, Alanon is your friend. So good luck. It helped me so much to become the person that I am today, and I really like who I am and the freedom that I have, and the self-empowerment that I always work towards. So thanks for watching.